but really the Minister should go. You know, at every turn he protected the Commissioner. He undermined GSOC, he discredited the Garda whistleblowers. Arguably none of this would have come to light unless these two brave officers had highlighted the law-breaking as they saw it. And it was only when Minister Varadkar spoke out, because Fine Gael generally and Labour supported Minister Shotter, it was only when Minister Varadkar spoke out that the Labour ministers came out. Almost a classic case of trying to find out where public opinion was at. So, Taoiseach, will you ask Minister Shotter to go?
Taoiseach.
No, is the answer to your question. The issue of the independent authority for the Garda Síochána here is a matter that indeed both parties, both the Fine Gael party and the Labour party, jointly agreed on back as far as 2006. I actually believe that there's an opportunity here to deal with this for once and for all now, in a way that you provide a really professional, really competent, efficient, modern, transparent and accountable police force by having an independent authority. And the two parties, as a government this morning, committed and decided to do that. This will not be an authority in the same way as the Northern Ireland Authority applies, Deputy Adams, because as you know only too well, the issue of security and policing is divided separated in Northern Ireland. And in regard to the matters that we made decisions about this morning at Cabinet, if the House wishes, there will be an opportunity for statements on that tomorrow. And as I said to Deputy Martin and to yourself, the information relevant to the new issue that has arisen here, as that becomes available, we'll make it available to you also. I'd remind you that in regard to the whole area of justice and trust in the system and public confidence in it, the situation as applied was not working properly. That's why the abolition of the confidential recipient has taken place. That's why the terms of reference are being examined by the Oireachtas Committee on Justice. That's why the GSOC themselves are doing a full presentation in respect of the whole penalty point issue. That's why Mr. Gearan SC is looking at the question of the allegations brought to the attention of public representatives and given to me here in the Dáil. And that's why Justice Cook is also doing his report. All of these have to come before the House. All of these have to be debated in the House. All of these have to be published and made available to all members of the House and the public. And in that regard, I think this is an opportunity to lead for a new authority which will bring the Garda Síochána right into the modern era, where we can have, where everybody can have absolute faith in the accountability, transparency, effectiveness, competence and professionalism of the Garda force, so that everybody understands the standards that are required and the standards that must be met. So in regard to that, as I say, the Inspectorate report is being debated here in the House on Thursday. The Minister for Justice will address that and we'll take questions and answers at the end of it.
Deputy Adams.
Taoiseach, I recounted earlier that you sent for myself and Deputy Martin. On the way there, a journalist told me the gist of your statement, as I said to you during our meeting. So at the same time as we were told what was in your statement, the media were told what was in your statement. Why didn't you come in here? A commissioner has resigned. It doesn't happen every day. You have revelations of a new scandal. That's serious business. Should the first port of call not be here? Should this be the place to discuss these matters? And you know, I've reminded you many times here that you assumed office on the promise of an entirely new way of doing politics. Taoiseach, you've had to be dragged on this issue towards announcing the reforms that you made today. There isn't one comma, one full stop one iota of the Good Friday Agreement in any institution, in any agency, in any protocols in this state. The people here deserve what the people of the North deserve: transparent accountability, and a Minister for Justice who delivers that. So the Minister for Justice, Taoiseach, should go. Would you not review what you said earlier, do the decisive thing, and ask Minister Shatter to resign?
Taoiseach.
I've answered that question for you already, and as I said to you before, you come in here constantly. You always want information in advance of major issues in the Dáil. That's why I took the opportunity to brief you beforehand and Deputy Martin beforehand. And I might point out to you, Deputy Adams, I might point out to you that the Garda Press Office, arising from the Commissioner's own decision, issued their statement at 12:17, 20 seconds on today, at 12:17. I briefed you, Deputy Martin, at 2:45. So you don't come in and say that the government were running off to journalists. Sometimes the government are running away from journalists, but in any event, Deputy Adams, on this account, on this particular account, you're wrong. You are wrong on this particular account. The statement came out from the Garda Press Office itself about the decision of the Commissioner to retire. And yes, and that's why I briefed you and Deputy Martin at 2:45 in the knowledge that you would ask a question about this, but you're not interested in what I've told you. All you want is another head on a plate. Well, my information for you, Deputy Adams, is that the Minister for Justice, on behalf of the government, will continue to reform the justice system. We'll work now to introduce an independent statutory authority for An Garda Síochána that will bring our system into the modern era, where it's transparent, accountable, professional and competent, and that everybody in the country can have faith in it. And that's why I thought it important, as leader of the government, to bring the information that was given to me by the Attorney General at 6 p.m. on Sunday evening to the attention of the members of the House here, having checked the validity and the veracity of the issues there all day yesterday and all night last night. This is a very serious matter. That's why we offer the opportunity for statements tomorrow. And as I said earlier, the Inspector's report is due to be debated and responded to here on Thursday. And the Minister for Justice will be here to answer questions on that.
Thank you, Deputy Healy.